lose faith in what was once an honourable profession, but people will lose faith in journalism, and there's nothing you can do about it. We no longer trust journalists. We'll have to turn to politics instead for our belief in people. I almost mean that. Although, of course, anybody can talk about snouts and troughs and go on about it, for journalists to do so is almost beyond belief. Beyond belief. I know lots of journalists. I know more journalists than I know politicians. And I've never met a more venal and disgusting crowd of people when it comes to expenses and allowances.
Not all of them, surely.
Not all, but then not all human beings are either. I've cheated expenses. I've fiddled things. You have. Of course you have. Let's not confuse what politicians get really wrong, things like wars, things where people die, with the rather tedious bourgeois obsession with whether or not they're charged for their wisteria. It's not that important. It really isn't. It isn't what we're fighting for. It isn't what voting is about. And the idea that, oh, we've all lost faith in politics because of it's nonsense. It's a journalistic made-up frenzy. I know you don't want me to say that. You want to say, no, it matters, it's important. It isn't. Believe me, it isn't. It's not the big deal. It's not what we should worry about. I know no one's going to pay any attention. The newspapers will get great joy out of covering yards and yards of newsprint with stuff about tiny, pointless details of this politician or that politician's squalid and sad little life as they see it. It's not the big picture. It really isn't. You know, we get the politicians we deserve. It's our fault more than anybody else's. This has been going on for years, and suddenly, because the journalist discovers it, it's the biggest story ever. Absolute nonsense. It really is. And I say that for whichever party anyone belongs to. It's more important people vote. It's more important people care about the big issues. It really is.
But surely this will deter people from voting.
No, because you keep saying so. I mean, I don't see why. It should make people vote more. I mean,
well, it might also make
what's the logic
vote for smaller parties like Mr. Tatchell's.
That's very likely, and indeed, I would imagine perhaps quite desirable. I think
perhaps you no longer Labour.
I guess I'm a liberal. I'm a left-winger, and I'll vote according to issues. That's what this vote match thing we're going inside is all about. And if it gives smaller parties a chance to get their points across and to appeal to voters, I'm all in favour of it.
Even the BNP?
Well, I would of course go out arguing against the BNP, but I mean a democracy is a democracy is a democracy, and so long as they're following the rules and so on, and as long as they're not inciting hatred in a way that is criminal and unjustifiable, yeah, people should have the right to choose.
Thanks very much. Thank you.